Welcome, brave souls, to our countdown of the top 5 haunted locations in South Carolina. Prepare yourself for a journey through the most chilling and ghostly places in the Palmetto State. Let's dive in. Number 5. South Carolina State Hospital, Columbia, South Carolina. This historic mental institution, originally known as the South Carolina Lunatic Asylum, has a long and eerie history that dates back to its construction in 1822. Designed by architect Robert Mills, the hospital was one of the first of its kind in the United States, intended to provide humane treatment for the mentally ill. However, over the years, it became a place of suffering and despair for many of its patients. The hospital's sprawling campus includes numerous buildings, some of which have been abandoned for decades. These decaying structures, with their peeling paint and broken windows, create a haunting atmosphere that seems to echo with the cries of the past. It's no wonder that the South Carolina State Hospital is considered one of the most haunted places in the state. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported a wide range of ghostly phenomena at the hospital. One of the most common experiences is the sound of disembodied voices. These voices are often heard in the hallways and empty rooms, whispering unintelligible words or calling out names. Some visitors have even claimed to hear the anguished screams of former patients, echoing through the darkened corridors. Shadowy figures are another frequent sight at the hospital. These apparitions are often seen darting around corners or standing silently in the distance, only to vanish when approached. Some believe these shadows are the spirits of patients who died within the hospital's walls, unable to find peace in the afterlife. One particularly chilling story involves the ghost of a nurse who is said to haunt one of the hospital's old wards. According to legend, this nurse was known for her cruel treatment of patients, and her spirit now roams the halls, seeking redemption for her past actions. Witnesses have reported seeing a woman in a white uniform, her face twisted in anguish, wandering the ward late at night. In addition to these ghostly sightings, there have been numerous reports of unexplained cold spots throughout the hospital. These sudden drops in temperature are often accompanied by a feeling of unease or dread, as if an unseen presence is watching. Some visitors have even felt an icy hand brush against their skin, sending shivers down their spine. The hospital's basement is another hotspot for paranormal activity. This dark and foreboding area was once used to house the most dangerous and disturbed patients, and it is said to be the most haunted part of the entire complex. Visitors have reported hearing the clanking of chains and the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty corridors. Some have even claimed to see the ghostly figure of a man in a straitjacket, his eyes filled with madness. Despite its haunted reputation, the South Carolina State Hospital has also been the site of numerous paranormal investigations. Teams of ghost hunters have spent countless hours exploring the hospital's darkened halls, armed with cameras, audio recorders, and other equipment. Many of these investigations have yielded compelling evidence of the supernatural, including EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, and unexplained photographs. One of the most famous investigations was conducted by the team from the television show Ghost Hunters. During their visit, they captured several EVPs, including one that seemed to say, "Help me." They also recorded footage of a shadowy figure moving through one of the hospital's abandoned buildings. The team concluded that the South Carolina State Hospital is indeed haunted, and their findings have only added to the site's eerie reputation. In recent years, there have been efforts to preserve and restore some of the hospital's historic buildings. While many of the structures remain abandoned, a few have been repurposed for modern use. However, these renovations have done little to dispel the hospital's haunted reputation. In fact, some believe that disturbing the old buildings has only stirred up more paranormal activity. For those brave enough to visit, the South Carolina State Hospital offers a glimpse into a dark and tragic past. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the paranormal, this haunted location is sure to leave a lasting impression. Just be prepared for the possibility of encountering something otherworldly during your visit. Number 4. Admiral's House, North Charleston, South Carolina. This grand old mansion, officially known as Quarters A, was built in 1905 for the commandant of the Charleston Navy Yard. The house stands as a testament to the grandeur and prestige of its former residents, but beneath its stately exterior lies a history filled with mystery and tragedy. The Admiral's house is a neoclassical manse, designed to reflect the high rank of its occupants. It sits on a spacious lot on a hill, overlooking the homes of lower-ranking officers. The house features elements common to the Victorian era, such as asymmetry, and includes servants' quarters both within the home and in separate outbuildings on the grounds. One particularly eerie structure near the house is the Dead House, a small, windowless building believed to have been used for storing the dead prior to burial. Over the years, the Admiral's house has been the site of numerous paranormal experiences. One of the most well-known legends involves the ghost of a small slave girl. According to local lore, this young girl can be seen wandering through a clump of trees on the property at night. Witnesses have described her as wearing a simple dress, her face filled with sadness. Some believe she is searching for her family, while others think she is reliving a tragic event from her past. In addition to the ghostly girl, visitors to the Admiral's house have reported hearing unexplained noises, such as footsteps echoing through empty hallways and doors slamming shut on their own. These sounds are often accompanied by a feeling of unease, as if an unseen presence is watching. Some have even claimed to feel a cold hand brush against their skin, sending chills down their spine. One particularly chilling story involves a former resident of the house, a naval officer who is said to have taken his own life in one of the upstairs bedrooms. According to legend, his spirit now haunts the room, and visitors have reported seeing a shadowy figure standing by the window, staring out at the grounds. Some have even heard the sound of a gunshot, followed by a heavy silence. The basement of the Admiral's house is another hotspot for paranormal activity. This dark and foreboding area was once used for storage and as a workspace for servants. Today, it is said to be haunted by the spirits of those who worked and lived in the house. Visitors have reported hearing the clanking of chains and the sound of whispers coming from the shadows. Some have even seen ghostly figures moving through the darkness, their faces twisted in anguish. One of the most famous investigations was conducted by a team of local paranormal researchers. During their visit, they captured several EVPs, including one that seemed to say, "Help me." They also recorded footage of a shadowy figure moving through one of the house's upstairs bedrooms. The team concluded that the Admiral's house is indeed haunted, and their findings have only added to the site's eerie reputation. In recent years, there have been efforts to preserve and restore the Admiral's house. While many of the structures on the former Navy base have fallen into disrepair, the house itself has been maintained and is now available for events and overnight stays. However, these renovations have done little to dispel the house's haunted reputation. In fact, some believe that disturbing the old building has only stirred up more paranormal activity. For those brave enough to visit, the Admiral's house offers a glimpse into a dark and tragic past. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the paranormal, this haunted location is sure to leave a lasting impression. Just be prepared for the possibility of encountering something otherworldly during your visit. Number 3. Baynard Plantation, Hilton Head, South Carolina. This historic site, also known as the Stony Baynard Plantation, is steeped in history and legend. Built in the early 19th century, the plantation was originally owned by Captain Jack Stoney, a Revolutionary War hero. The property later passed to William Baynard, a successful cotton planter, under mysterious circumstances. Some say Baynard won the plantation in a poker game, while others believe he acquired it after the Stoney family declared bankruptcy. The plantation's main house, constructed with tabby, a mixture of oyster shells, lime, and sand, stood as a grand example of Georgian architecture. However, the house was burned down during the Civil War, leaving behind the ruins that visitors see today. These ruins, located within the Sea Pines Resort, are a popular tourist attraction, offering a glimpse into the island's past. But beyond its historical significance, the Baynard Plantation is also known for its paranormal activity. One of the most famous legends associated with the Baynard Plantation is the ghost of William Baynard himself. Visitors have reported seeing his apparition wandering the grounds, often near the ruins of the main house. Some have described him as a tall, imposing figure dressed in 19th century clothing. his face etched with sorrow. It's said that Baynard is searching for something he lost, perhaps his fortune or his beloved wife. In addition to Baynard's ghost, there have been numerous reports of other paranormal phenomena at the plantation. One of the most common experiences is the sound of disembodied voices. These voices are often heard in the early morning or late at night, whispering unintelligible words or calling out names. Some visitors have even claimed to hear the sound of a piano playing, despite there being no piano on the property. Another eerie occurrence involves the ghostly figure of a woman, believed to be Baynard's wife. According to legend, she died young and tragically, and her spirit now roams the plantation, searching for her husband. Witnesses have described seeing a woman in a white dress, her face pale and mournful, drifting through the ruins. Some have even felt a cold breeze pass by, as if she had just walked through them. The Baynard Mausoleum, located in the nearby Zion Cemetery, is also tied to the plantation's haunted history. Built by William Baynard in 1846, the mausoleum was intended to house his remains and those of his family. However, the mausoleum was raided during the Civil War, and its contents were stolen. Today, the empty mausoleum is said to be haunted by Baynard's restless spirit. Visitors have reported seeing a spectral funeral procession, with Baynard leading the way, marching towards the mausoleum. Paranormal investigators have spent countless hours exploring the Baynard plantation and its surrounding areas. Many of these investigations have yielded compelling evidence of the supernatural. For example, teams have captured EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that seem to respond to questions, as well as unexplained photographs showing ghostly figures and orbs of light. One particularly chilling investigation involved a group of ghost hunters who decided to spend the night at the plantation. Armed with cameras, audio recorders, and other equipment, they set up their base near the ruins of the main house. Throughout the night, they experienced a series of unexplained events, including sudden drops in temperature, strange noises, and the feeling of being watched. At one point, they captured an EVP that clearly said, "Leave now," followed by the sound of footsteps approaching them. Needless to say, they didn't stay much longer. Despite its haunted reputation, the Baynard Plantation remains a popular destination for tourists and history enthusiasts. The ruins offer a fascinating glimpse into the past, and the stories of ghostly encounters add an extra layer of intrigue. For those brave enough to visit, the plantation provides an opportunity to experience the paranormal firsthand. Just be prepared for the possibility of encountering something otherworldly during your visit. The Baynard Plantation is not just a place of historical significance, it's a site where the past and present seem to intersect in eerie and mysterious ways. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the paranormal, this haunted location is sure to leave a lasting impression. The spirits of the past are said to linger here, waiting to share their stories with those who are willing to listen. Number 2. Crybaby Bridge, Anderson, South Carolina. This eerie location is steeped in legend and mystery, making it one of the most haunted places in South Carolina. The bridge, located on High Shoals Road, has a dark history that dates back to the early 20th century. Built in 1919 in Virginia, the continuous two-span camelback through truss bridge was initially used near Charleston before being moved to Anderson County in 1952. Since then, it has become the focal point of numerous ghost stories and paranormal experiences. The most famous legend associated with Crybaby Bridge involves a tragic tale of a young mother and her infant. According to local lore, the mother, in a state of despair, threw her baby off the bridge into the waters below before taking her own life. Some versions of the story suggest that the baby was unwanted or deformed, while others claim that the mother was unable to care for the child. Regardless of the specifics, the result is the same: the cries of the baby and the anguished wails of the mother are said to haunt the bridge to this day. Visitors to Crybaby Bridge have reported a wide range of paranormal phenomena. One of the most common experiences is hearing the sound of a baby crying. This eerie noise is often heard late at night, especially when the area is quiet and still. Some people have even claimed that the cries seem to come from beneath the bridge, as if the spirit of the baby is trapped in the water below. In addition to the cries of the baby, Many visitors have reported seeing the ghostly figure of a woman pacing the bridge, searching for her lost child. This apparition is often described as wearing a long, flowing dress, her face twisted in sorrow. Witnesses have seen her standing at the edge of the bridge, looking down into the water, or walking slowly along the road, her eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of her baby. Electronic malfunctions are another common occurrence at Crybaby Bridge. Many people who visit the bridge at night have reported that their car engines suddenly die or their headlights flicker and go out. Some have even experienced issues with their cell phones and other electronic devices, which seem to lose power or malfunction inexplicably. These strange occurrences have led many to believe that the spirits haunting the bridge have the ability to interfere with modern technology. One particularly chilling story involves a group of friends who decided to visit Crybaby Bridge on a dare. As they drove onto the bridge and turned off their car engine, they began to hear the faint sound of a baby crying. The cries grew louder and more desperate, and the friends felt a sudden drop in temperature. Just as they were about to restart the car and leave, they saw the ghostly figure of a woman standing in the middle of the bridge, her eyes filled with sorrow. Terrified, they quickly started the car and sped away, vowing never to return. Paranormal investigators have also been drawn to Crybaby Bridge, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. Many of these investigations have yielded compelling results, including EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that seem to capture the cries of the baby and the voice of the mother. Some investigators have also recorded unexplained cold spots and strange lights near the bridge, adding to the site's haunted reputation. Despite its haunted reputation, Crybaby Bridge is also a popular spot for daytime visitors. The area surrounding the bridge is beautiful, with a flowing river and plenty of rocks to sit on and enjoy the view. Many people come here to fish or have a picnic, taking in the serene landscape. However, as night falls, the atmosphere shifts, and the bridge takes on a much more sinister vibe. For those brave enough to visit Crybaby Bridge after dark, the experience can be both thrilling and terrifying. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the paranormal, this haunted location offers a unique opportunity to encounter the supernatural. Just be prepared for the possibility of hearing the cries of a lost baby or seeing the ghostly figure of a sorrowful mother during your visit. Crybaby Bridge is not just a place of legend, it's a site where the past and present seem to collide in eerie and mysterious ways. The stories of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena have made it a must-visit location for anyone interested in the paranormal. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the chilling atmosphere that surrounds this haunted bridge. Number 1, Cypress Garden Ruins, Moncks Corner, South Carolina. This beautiful yet eerie location is steeped in history and mystery, making it one of the most haunted places in South Carolina. Originally part of the 1750 Dean Hall rice plantation, the area that is now Cypress Gardens was transformed into a stunning botanical garden in the early 20th century. However, beneath its serene exterior lies a history filled with tragedy and paranormal activity. The transformation of the Dean Hall plantation into Cypress Gardens began in 1909 when Benjamin Kittredge purchased the property. Recognizing the unique beauty of the low-lying land, he rebuilt the old rice field embankments, dug canals through the swamps, and planted new flowers, trees, and shrubs. The gardens were opened to the public in 1932 and have since become a popular tourist attraction. Despite its picturesque appearance, many visitors have reported experiencing strange and unexplained phenomena while exploring the gardens. One of the most famous legends associated with Cypress Gardens involves the ghost of a young woman who is said to haunt the ruins. According to local lore, this woman was a bride-to-be who tragically drowned in the swamp on the eve of her wedding. Her spirit is now said to wander the gardens, searching for her lost love. Visitors have reported seeing a spectral figure in a white dress, drifting through the misty landscape. Some have even heard the sound of sobbing, echoing through the trees. In addition to the ghostly bride, there have been numerous reports of other paranormal phenomena at Cypress Gardens. One of the most common experiences is the feeling of being watched. Many visitors have described a sense of unease, as if an unseen presence is following them through the gardens. Some have even felt a cold hand brush against their skin, sending shivers down their spine. Another eerie occurrence involves the sound of footsteps echoing through the ruins. These footsteps are often heard late at night, when the gardens are quiet and still. Some visitors have even claimed to see shadowy figures moving through the darkness, only to vanish when approached. These apparitions are believed to be the spirits of former plantation workers, who continue to haunt the land where they once toiled. The swamp itself is also said to be haunted. Many visitors have reported seeing strange lights floating above the water, often described as glowing orbs or will-o'-the-wisps. These lights are believed to be the spirits of those who drowned in the swamp, forever trapped in the murky depths. Some have even heard the sound of splashing, as if someone is struggling to stay afloat, despite there being no one in the water. Paranormal investigators have spent countless hours exploring Cypress Gardens, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. Many of these investigations have yielded compelling results, including EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that seem to capture the voices of the spirits haunting the gardens. Some investigators have also recorded unexplained cold spots and strange lights, adding to the site's haunted reputation. One particularly chilling investigation involved a team of ghost hunters who decided to spend the night at Cypress Gardens. Armed with cameras, audio recorders, and other equipment, they set up their base near the ruins. Throughout the night, they experienced a series of unexplained events, including sudden drops in temperature, strange noises, and the feeling of being watched. At one point, they captured an EVP that clearly said, "Help me," followed by the sound of footsteps approaching them. Needless to say, they didn't stay much longer. Despite its haunted reputation, Cypress Gardens remains a popular destination for tourists and nature enthusiasts. The gardens offer a peaceful retreat from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, with beautiful walking trails, boat rides, and educational exhibits. However, as night falls, the atmosphere shifts, and the gardens take on a much more sinister vibe. For those brave enough to visit Cypress Gardens after dark, the experience can be both thrilling and terrifying. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or simply curious about the paranormal, this haunted location offers a unique opportunity to encounter the supernatural. Just be prepared for the possibility of hearing the cries of a ghostly bride or seeing the eerie glow of will-o'-the-wisps during your visit. Cypress Gardens is not just a place of natural beauty, it's a site where the past and present seem to collide in eerie and mysterious ways. The stories of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena have made it a must-visit location for anyone interested in the paranormal. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the chilling atmosphere that surrounds these haunted ruins. There you have it, the top 5 haunted locations in South Carolina. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or just love a good scare, these places are sure to give you chills. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay spooky.